Chapter 2 Sanctuary Rebuilt. Visited by pilgrims near and far, the sanctuary was built in the city of Abraham and Ismail, two historic figures which both the Jews and Christians revered. It would later evolve into a large cubical structure surrounded by an open area for people to pay their respects. During the time of Abraham, the Sublime One had sent an angel to deliver a white stone from the heavens to Abraham, who set it in the eastern corner of the sanctuary, to be greeted every day by the dawn until the end of time. People came from near and far to touch the white stone. It is said that the stone eventually turned black as a result of dark sins committed by people. Millennia later, the tribe of Quraysh decided that they were going to rebuild the sanctuary. As they collected resources for the reconstruction, they set a condition that funds should have no linkage to interest accrued from debt or assets, nor should the funds be tied to prostitution or any questionable source of income. The tribe had a sense that the sanctuary was sacred and therefore the rebuilding funds should also be pure. It was considered forbidden to do anything harmful to the sanctuary. No one in the city wanted to be first to lay hands on it. Each time a man gathered up enough courage and strength to approach the building with the intention to start reconstruction, a snake would emerge from the ground and sit poised in front of the sanctuary. This was enough of an omen to keep the project temporarily at bay. Then, one day, a bird came and scooped up the snake. The Quraysh felt as though they had somehow been granted permission to begin. A tough man approached the structure and whispered to the sanctuary, "Don't be worried. This is for your benefit." The man then took the first strike at the sanctuary to start the rebuilding. The Quraysh were still hesitant and decided to wait and see if the man would drop dead overnight. When the man emerged from his bed alive and well the next morning, the tribe breathed a collective sigh of relief and went forward with the reconstruction. When the Quraysh were close to completion, they started arguing about who was going to place the heavenly stone into the sanctuary. Skirmishes began erupting as clans rekindled rivalries and vied to claim this honor. They finally agreed to a compromise that the first person to arrive at the sanctuary the next day would decide which clan would set the stone. Close to dawn, a man emerged from a distance. It was the messenger, whom many knew as the trustworthy. People would trust him with their money while they were away on business, and they would also seek his advice, even though he was one of the younger men in the tribe. Many in the city were starting to recognize that there was something very special about the messenger. At 35 years of age, his wisdom and eloquence were unmatched. The clans then said, "Let the trustworthy decide." The messenger thought of a fair approach where he first laid out a cloth. Surrounded by the leaders of the clans, he advised each of them to take hold of a corner of the cloth and together lift the stone to its raised place on the wall of the sanctuary. Honored to be included, they carried it close to the structure, and the messenger placed the stone in the sanctuary. Thus, it came to pass that the people of the city peacefully rebuilt the sanctuary and found a diplomatic solution to setting in place the heavenly stone.